Hi, this is Neale from Penn Productions. Here's a new project that's in the works. It's called Track Editor. So it's a new tool for animators. I'll just start off with a sphere, and you'll notice right away it displays the track information for the sphere. So when we move that around, you'll see that those track data is actually changing. And we can grab a track, just right click on it and slide the mouse back and forth, and it'll animate the position. That might be moving too fast for you, so holding down Alt will slow it down, holding down Control will speed it up, depending on what's needed. This reacts the same way in spinners and the like in Max already. This is currently showing us the tracks that are on the transform, and we're just showing transform. We also show modifiers, object properties, materials. So there's object properties, and you'll see now that the tracks here are coming up yellow. That's because object properties don't have controllers by default. So these ones currently don't have controllers. Add a controller, of course, on any track in Max. You could do it manually, or you can just go about animating that that value over time, and you'll see now that what it's doing is it's saying, hey, that track is animated, and it's turning it red for us and showing us that there's indeed a controller, and it's an animated controller on it. We can also freeze transform, and you'll notice now that it has all of the tracks available to us, and multiple tracks for all of the transforms, the frozen position controller, which is a 0.3, and of course the zeroed out, and same thing for the rotation, but it's showing us each individual one, showing the weights for the tracks and everything else. And of course this can get a little bit heavy, so let's just make a couple copies here and try something else. I'm just going to freeze transform in their current locations again. And we're going to go about moving these around. So you'll see that as I move them, of course, it's feeding back that information, and I could just go in and type those values in, or like drag those values in. Of course, I could multi-select them, and you'll see now what it's doing is it's actually taking the first object that's picked and showing you the track values for that first object. You can also change that behavior and tell it that you want the average, so that's now the average value of all of them. And in picking all of the tracks, we can just type in 0 and just reset them back to their location that is their 0 value. And of course, once we've animated these tracks and done something with these tracks, for animation purposes, you'll see that those tracks are now turning red as we animate them. So there they are, red. And again, we can easily grab those tracks and say, well, let's just 0 those back out again. Let's drop them back down, and let's take the radius back down again, and now we have the animation on them. Modifiers, much the same sort of thing. We'll just go and add bend modifier, and when we show modifiers, you'll now see that there's modifiers being shown in the list, and then the object properties down below. Now this can get the tracks are getting longer and longer as we go here, and more to display. So let's go about and animate our bend modifier on this object and say, well, let's take the bend's angle, let's bend it over. And again, now this is an animated track that's showing up. Let's turn on the filter for animated. So now all we need to do is look at those animated tracks. So in grabbing them all, you can see that it's showing us the position of all of them. And again, we can scrub them all as an offset. We've got the radius for all of them because we have animate on. Now it's going to animate all of them, which is on. And again, the bend angle, even though it's not on all of them, it's showing up because it's on at least one of them, and it's allowing us to be able to affect that one object's bend angle. Materials as well. It's going to show the entire material tree currently. We can dock it and float it and the like. So there you go, new tool from Penn Productions called Track Editor.